I hope that you guys are doing amazing wherever you are. My name is Shikha, and I welcome you to my channel, to wherever you're listening to me from. I do a lot of videos on INFJs, and I hope that if you like this video, you're gonna go check out all the other ones that I've done. In this video, I wanted to talk to you guys about the fact that INFJs have certain principles and ideals that hold them together, right? So in our heart, in our minds, we have certain things that we tell ourselves. This is who I am, this is how the world works, this is how other people work, and we have all these principles or ideals that we hold within ourselves, right? It doesn't mean that we're strictly adhering to those ideals or principles for the rest of our life and we're never going to change our opinion on it. That is not how it works. But through our life and through our experiences, we form these ideals, these principles, these values by which we live our life. It's our vision, our mission. This is how we live our life because this is how we see the world around us. We've analyzed the world, we analyze ourselves, and we see this is what we are, this is how the world works, and this is how we're going to live in the world, right? So these are our values, our missions, our principles. And so we have this list in our head. You can call them our laws by which we live our life and by which we interact with the world. Right? So we have these laws that we have integrated into ourselves over time. That's why we're always observing the world. That's why we're always watching what's going on, because we want to see how does this world work and how can we live in this world to the best of our ability, right? So we have these laws. It's basically the tenet, right? And what we do with this law, or these laws, lots of them, there's lots of ideals, is that we're always comparing the world to our laws. And we're seeing, does this law still work? Does this ideals still apply? For example, we're walking through the world and we think we have this ideal or principle or law that everyone can be trusted. Right? We think that that's the truth and we go around the world believing that to be truth. So when we meet a new person, we believe that we can trust them, right? We go through the world and we believe that the world can be trusted. But something might happen, and this is just an example, something might happen that causes us to distrust someone, mistrust someone, because they did something that we did not like, or they did something that they said they were going to do, but they didn't say that they're going to do, or whatever it might be. There's something that caused us to mistrust this person, right? Then what happens is that's one situation. So perhaps we'll look at it and say, this is just an anomaly. It doesn't make any sense. We're not going to change our ideals for that, right? But then it happens again. We trusted someone and they betrayed our trust. And then it happens again. 3 times the charm for us. When it happens the third time, we say, okay, that's it. I need to change my law. I need to change my ideal, my principle by which I'm living in this world. I need to change the way I look at the world. And so the next time around we go into a relationship or we go talk to someone, we're going to be a little bit more wary. We're going to think to ourselves, okay, perhaps this person cannot be trusted and I need to observe this person before I can trust them. This is just an example, and different people are going to look at it differently. Perhaps some INFJs are going to mistrust everyone when they meet, and then you have to kind of gain their trust, which is how I am. Or there might be others who are very trusting, and they just trust without even thinking about it, right? So different INFJs behave differently. But the idea behind this is that we have all these laws or ideals or principles by which we live. And anytime we go through the world and anything happens that causes us to have to change our ideals or principles, we like harmony within ourselves. Not only do we like harmony outside of ourselves, we hate confrontation, we want everyone that we love to be happy and we want them to love us and all that stuff, right? But more importantly, we love and we need to have harmony within ourselves. So that's the reason we're constantly observing the world and looking at what's going on around us, because we want to make sure, okay, if something happens that causes our ideals to be misplaced, that causes our principles to be declined, that causes something in our laws to say, no, this is not the truth anymore. We always want to be watching and we always want to be changing our principles and ideals to match up with what's going on outside of ourselves and within ourselves. We want that harmony. And that's the thing with INFJs. Something might trigger them, something might happen randomly, and all of a sudden their ideals or principles or laws are triggered. And they need to go back into their cave in order to reconcile themselves with that idea. For example, recently I went to a party, and I think I did a video on that too. I went to a party and I was hanging out with this person who I thought was, in the past I thought them to be trustworthy. And then they did something and they said certain things and they caused me to believe that perhaps they're not as trustworthy, right? As soon as I noticed that within myself, there was disharmony within myself, and I felt myself getting uncomfortable, and I felt myself getting icky, and I was like, oh my god, I have to get out of here. I left obviously as soon as possible, just without even saying goodbye. I left, I went to the bathroom, I closed the door behind me, I sat there for a few seconds, a few minutes, and I thought to myself, okay, what's going on here? Why am I feeling this discomfort? What's going on in my ideals or harmony? Why am I feeling out of sorts? And that's when I realized, when I did analysis on it, because that's what we need to do as an INFJ, I realized that there was a mismatch between what I had thought about this person and what was actually true. And so I reconciled myself, I put the new information into my ideals, into my laws, my principles, and then I realized, okay, I can't trust this person anymore. Right? And that was integrated into myself. I learned about it. All of a sudden, all that disharmony within myself disappeared. I realized what was the truth. I was able to integrate it within myself. I had the space to do it. And then I was able to go back out again. And so opened the bathroom door, went back out again, hung out with people, did all that thing. But I was able to do that because I had the space to do it. A lot of times we don't have like a space like that to disappear into, right? When we're at a party or a gathering. So what we do is we go back home. We go back into our caves. We go back into our rooms, whatever it might be, and we do it that way. We go back home and we think to ourselves, okay, what's going on here? I thought this about this situation, but obviously it's not the truth. Why did I think this? Why was I misled? Was my intuition not right? Or perhaps my intuition was right, but I was ignoring it? Or perhaps this person, this person or situation has changed somehow? What is it? Why did I look at this wrongly? Why did I get misled? And that's a big thing for us. That's a big deal for us because our intuition is very strong. So whenever we look at anything, we know what's going on right simultaneously almost, right? Concurrently. But sometimes we are misled. We're not gods. And we see something, we're like, oh, so this was wrong. My ideals, my thoughts about this were wrong. What happened? We're always kind of trying to think to ourselves, why? Why did I see this wrongly? What was going on there? Why did I not see the truth? How was I misled so that does not happen in the future? I'm always constantly doing that to myself because I want to make sure that I see the truth. And if I don't see the truth right away, and I saw the falsehood, and someone misled me or something misled me, then why did that happen? So that I can prevent it from happening again. That's really important to an INFJ. Very important to me because I don't want to repeat my mistakes over and over again, right? And so that's what we do. We have very strong ideals. I've spoken about this previously. We're very idealistic. But we have this harmony that we need to maintain within ourselves, with the environment around us. We want to make sure that our thoughts that are inside of us are in alignment with the world around us. And if that alignment is not present, we're constantly working in order to make that alignment happen. If something causes that alignment to go out of alignment, to misalign, then we're always working on making sure, okay, how can I bring that back into alignment? It's very important for us, that harmony. It's really important for us to realize, okay, I'm in harmony within myself. What I think about the world is true. How I work with the world is true. The people around me are the kind of people I want to hang out with. The environment I'm in is the kind of environment I want to hang out with. And that's why a lot of INFJs are out of sorts or feel uncomfortable or in disharmony, is because they haven't done that analysis and they haven't fixed up whatever needs to be fixed up. I live in Chiang Mai because this is the kind of environment that helps me stay in harmony. I surround myself with people who are the kind of people I want to hang out with. If they change at all and I realize I don't want to hang out with them anymore, I'll just not hang out with them anymore. It's not like I'm attached to anyone, right? The kind of things I'm doing in my day are the things that I want to do with my life. These are the kind of ways I want to serve this world. That's how I bring myself again into alignment again, over and over and over again. But the thing about this world is that it's always constantly trying to pull us out of alignment, especially INFJs, because we're so sensitive. We're constantly trying, everyone is constantly trying to pull us out of alignment. Not only people, but situations, the government, society, whatever it might be. There's a billion messages coming at us, trying to pull us out of alignment all the time. And so there's a constant role in this world, constantly working at it, making sure we come back into harmony, into alignment over and over and over and over and over again. Perhaps you might have to do it several times in the day, every single day. That's how much the world tries to pull us out of alignment. But if you don't take the time to do that, if you don't come back into harmony every single time, that's when INFJs they get stressed. we go out of sorts, we feel uncomfortable, we don't like what we are, we don't like what's going on around us, all that stuff. It makes us feel uncomfortable. We don't like it. Right? That's why we need to constantly be working on it, bringing ourselves back into alignment over and over and over again. All right? I hope this makes sense to you guys. I'm so interested in hearing what you guys think about this. Let me know, because I've been thinking about this for a long time, as you can tell. I think a lot about this stuff, about harmony and alignment, because I'm always constantly looking to be in harmony and in alignment and balance with the world, right? It's so important to me. Do you guys think about this at all? And if you do, how do you bring yourself back into harmony or alignment? I'd love to hear from you guys. If you guys are interested, you can join my team at patreon.com/boomshikha. And if not, I'll see you guys next time around in the next video. Bye for now.